In the previous sections, you learned much more than how to make scatter plots, bar charts, and box plots. You learned a foundation that you can use to make any type of plot with ggplot2. To see this, let's add position adjustments, stats, coordinate systems, and faceting to our code template. Our new template takes 7 parameters, the bracketed words that appear on a template. In practice, you really need to supply all 7 parameters to make a graph because ggplot2 will provide useful defaults for everything except the data, the mappings, and the geom function. The 7 parameters in the template compose the grammar of graphics, a formal system for building plots. The grammar of graphics is based on the insight that you can uniquely describe any plot as a combination of a dataset, a geom, a set of mappings, a stat, a position adjustment, a coordinate system, and a faceting scheme. To see how this works, consider how you could build a basic plot from scratch. You could start with a dataset and then transform it into the information that you want to display with a stat. Next step, you could choose a geometric object to represent each observation and the transformed data. You could then use the aesthetic properties of the geoms to represent variables in the data. You will map the values of each variable to the levels of an aesthetic. You would then select a coordinate system to place the geoms into. You would use the location of the objects, which is itself an aesthetic property, to display the values of the x and y variables. At that point, you would have a complete graph, but you could further adjust the position of the geoms within the coordinate system, or split the graph into subplots through faceting. You could also extend a plot by adding 1 or more additional layers, where each additional layer uses a dataset, a geom, a set of mappings, a stat, and a position adjustment. You could use this method to build any plot that you imagine. In other words, you can use the code template that you've learned in this chapter to build hundreds of thousands of unique plots.